Ooh, it's your boy Days back at y'all with another WWE video. So we all saw that awful segment to close out the show on Monday Night Raw between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. CM Punk basically called out Roman Reigns for not showing up on Raw after CM Punk disrespected Roman Reigns' deceased father. CM Punk said that he deserved to get punched by Jimmy Uso, but CM Punk basically reiterated that he's going to beat Roman Reigns and he's in Roman Reigns' head. So Roman Reigns responds by calling CM Punk old, and this made CM Punk triggered. This made CM Punk crash out and hit Roman. Now, in all actuality, guys, as far as wrestling, both of these guys are old. Roman Reigns is 40. He turns 41 this year. CM Punk is 47. He turns 48 this year. So I guess CM Punk doesn't want to live in reality and accept the fact that he's old. I mean, dude, you got gray hair. You got bags under your eyes. I mean, why is somebody calling you old making you crash out like that? And now we're hearing rumors and reports that Triple H changed the original segment that was supposed to happen on Monday Night Raw this week. And what was actually supposed to happen would have been way better than what happened. So this is another situation, guys, where Triple H, who does not know how to do his job correctly, stepped in the way of something. And this, you know what this means? This just means that somebody else came up with the idea. It could have been The Rock that came up with the idea. It could have been one of the creative writers that came up with the idea. It could have been Roman Reigns that came up with the idea. But because Triple H thinks that he knows everything and all of his ideas are the best and everybody else's ideas suck, you have a situation where we got an awful trash segment. So let's get into it. According to Body Slam, the segment that aired was not the original planned version. The original creative direction would have seen Roman Reigns respond to Punk's comments about his father with a darker response involving Larry, a reference that would have deepened the personal dimension of the rivalry between the two men. For those of the people who don't know who Larry is CM Punk's dog, who I think the dog passed away. But long story short, CM Punk calls his dog Larry his son. For those that don't know, CM Punk is 47 years old, turning 48, and he has no kids. Okay, he's in a relationship with AJ Lee, right? I'm not sure if they're married or not, but CM Punk doesn't have any kids. And Roman Reigns was basically going to bring up CM Punk's dog, who I think passed away, and Roman could have brought up the fact that Punk has no kids. How are you with a woman for this long and you don't have any kids with her? You're 48, you're going to be 50 in a year or two. Like, you're talking about Roman Reigns' father. Well, let's talk about your family life. I would say Roman could have even brought up the fact that AJ Lee, left the WWE for 10 years. It was dealing with, some mental issue. He could have brought that up, because what you guys got to understand is, bro, is when you bring up somebody's parent or family, whether they're alive or not, you've already crossed the line. So I don't think it's fair that, Triple H and the creative, they were cool with Punk crossing the line, but they didn't want Roman to cross the line and bring up a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see, Roman did bring up AJ Lee, but he did it in a respectful, positive way. But nah, bro, like, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, if Roman would have brought up Larry and he would have dived into Punk's personal life and him not having kids and, him being 48 with no kids, and Roman could have bragged about his family. Because remember, CM Punk keeps telling Roman Reigns, you're a part-timer, you don't show up. Well, you saw what Roman said backstage. I'm a part-timer because I'm a full-time father. I spend time with my family. I prioritize my kids and my wife. And that's a flex, bro. And the reality of the situation is, guys, is Roman Reigns is such a superstar that he's able to do that. Him being away so much actually benefits his character, because the fans love him so much that when he's gone for weeks, sometimes even months, and he comes back, the crowd always gets electrified. I don't know if that's the case with CM Punk. CM Punk, he doesn't have the popularity status to not show up for weeks and months and still get a high payday and show up and the crowds go wild. Punk was away from the WWE for years. He ended up trying to do MMA, got his ass whooped, right? I think he went to AEW or somewhere. That didn't work out. That didn't last that long. And the person that said he would never come back to the WWE, he ended up coming back. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I wish they would have just stuck with the original plan. I think it would have been more funny because I knew that something was wrong, guys. When I seen this promo this week on Monday Night Raw, and I'm sure you guys are thinking the same thing, I knew for a fact that something was wrong. You can tell that, you know, the promo that Roman and Punk gave was like a last minute thing because it just didn't make any sense. You know, like for Roman just to call Punk old, like Punk could have responded and said, bro, you're calling me old, but last time I checked, we're both in our 40s. And then Roman could have brought up the fact that Punk, and Roman did. Roman brought up the fact that, you know, Punk is slow in the ring. Roman basically said, you don't do anything better than me. But if I'm Roman, you know, I'm bringing up everything, bro. I'm bringing up the fact that Punk is old. I'm bringing up the fact that Punk wrestles in a t-shirt sometimes to hide the fact that he doesn't have any muscles. I'm bringing up the fact that CM Punk has gray hair everywhere. And if you guys notice, Punk actually, looks like he dyed his hair a little bit to try to make himself look younger. But, bro, there's a difference between being old and actually looking old. Like Randy Orton, right? Randy Orton and CM Punk are kind of like the same age. Randy Orton does not look as old as CM Punk does in the ring because Randy Orton is still fresh, fast, and sharp in the ring. Punk is slow. We're seeing Punk botch moves more than ever. Like, look at his match that he had with Jey Uso. People want to blame Jey Uso for that, but there's matches that Punk botched after that match with Jey Uso. Look at the match between CM Punk and Braun Breaker. You know, CM Punk, 47 years old, in the ring with a guy that's 27, 28, and he was botching with Braun Breaker. Let's talk about it. So, I don't like the fact that Triple H messed up this segment this week. And it got a bad reaction, man. For most people that I've heard said that this segment between Roman and Punk was awful. It just wasn't good, man. And you can't afford to have bad promos like this when WrestleMania is less than a month away. This is why the ticket sales are struggling. This is why, you have to create situations like Obafemi and Brock Lesnar because, we don't have enough good stories and promos going on, man. Everybody's always talking about how much they respect other wrestlers. Nah, bro, this is wrestling, bro. Let's get back to when wrestling felt real. Somebody talks about your parent, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you bringing up Roman's pops that passed away, bro. After that, all gloves is off, bro. I'm bringing up your dog. I'm bringing up the fact that you don't got no kids. I'm bringing up the fact that you're old. It's no gloves off, bro. I'm doing what Kendrick Lamar did to Drake, and that's what Roman Reigns should have did to CM Punk. But Roman Reigns, maybe there could be a chance, guys, that's just not who Roman Reigns is. Maybe Roman Reigns didn't want to do that, right? Maybe Roman Reigns, because he's a man of morals and principles, maybe Roman Reigns just didn't feel comfortable doing that. But if that's the case, that's the problem with wrestling, bro. Your job as a wrestler is to entertain. And this segment that we saw between Roman Reigns and Punk this week on Monday Night Raw, it was not entertaining. And with that being said, it's your boy Daze. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure y'all subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm out.